But look, he did.
Stop there! manager Barry Oliver, the penultimate friendly at home against Chester Street. Unfortunately, it's another defeat, 5 goals to 2. What are your thoughts?
Again, I said on Wednesday I was alarmed about defending, slack defending, schoolboy stuff. At the minute we just have this mindset where we just think we've got enough quality at the club to just carry on attack and not start with the basics from back to front, and that's where defending starts, from back to front. And at the minute we can't defend for love of money. It's now become alarming. There'll be some serious words said obviously when we go back in the dressing room, and there'll be a little bit of hard homework done by me this week, and we need to start addressing it now.
I think there's a pattern between the West Auckland game and today. We got off to a good start, but she had that clean through, keeper saved, and all of a sudden 5 minutes later we're 3 goals behind.
Yeah, you're dead right, Graham. It's quite it's alarming.
None of them would, particularly because of Chester Street. It was more down to individual errors or
but I think with
errors.
With Chester Street today, the difference with them is they did it very route one. They did what they did last year to us, and it's so basic. You know, obviously the centre forwards just running across the back line, nobody's picked them up, and he's picked the ball up and he just pings it across the other one and comes from midfield. And it's about awareness and switching on about what you need to do. What we spoke about in depth the day before the game, we had a good half-time tea talk, which I did say to Pops when I come out, that's probably one of the best I've done at the club since I've been here. I really thought the penny would drop. And again, sloppy goals and it's costly. And it's making us look very lacklustre.
And ironically, you've certainly started the game with a formation. It looked like to me it was 4-3-3 or 4-5-1. It looked organised, but you can't legislate for the goals.
But every time we concede, our body language, again, they just collapse. And I don't think at the minute we've got a voice or a leader to get a grip of it and say, look guys, and the best example I can give you is Craig Marron, who's nearly 35-year-old for Chester, so went off for the injury. He does it so well, so basic. Get it down, do it quick, route one, wins his little 50 challenges. I don't think we've got that in the minutes. I don't think we've got that type of person. There's a lot of disappointed lads in there, so they should. But I think we need to look at ourselves now as a squad of players. In the next fortnight, it's crucial. It's 2 weeks today before kick-off time. Whether it's that cliche or a myth where you think you've had a poor pre-season and got a good start in the league, but you can't sit in that myth, can you? You've got to do your own homework. You've got to do your own groundwork, and I'm not happy. Things have got to change.
We mentioned we're still talking about formations, and ironically, the one that you don't like, you used at 4-4-2 for a while. Yeah,
the last 15 minutes, I thought Jamie Davies did well when he came on. He obviously carried a knock, and then we changed it to 4-4-2. The 4-5-1, when we changed it last year, December at the club, it was a dream. We worked a dream. We just had Hutchie in the hole. The other two were busy around us. Jack Connor just didn't come to it at the minute.
Possibly confidence, maybe.
Good players always have confidence in abundance. But you look at Danny Rose, where one or two little errors. Is that fitness still? We'll have to work on certain areas, but in general, as a group, something's not right. I think, and if I'm honest, I think there's too much flair.
There were some positives. I thought a couple of the youngsters, Luke Hogan,
Luke Hogan,
Elliot Bedo when he came on, and the number 4 who started the game and came off injured. Although he was in a period where we went through behind, I thought he was powerful and comfortable on the ball. So there were some positives from the young lads.
Yeah, well the young lads, the likes of Elliot, it's always a grooming in period with Elliot. He's come from that Durham Alliance, Tower League now. The ability, I've always said, ever since we signed him, he can be a superstar here.
His work
rate is fantastic. It's a shame with Lou Whittaker because again, Luke's scored abundance again, but he's picked up an injury. But again, that's football. And Luke Hogan, for me, I think his work and energy rate is absolutely top drawer. But I think we've realised again he's more suited 4-4-2. We talk about pre-season, we talk about changing formations all the time. Luke's more suited being outside because he got too narrow at times, and then the full back was creeping around him, and then it was 2-on-1. That's fair enough, but we've got to look at it seriously this week. I'm not happy. We've moved on with the club. We've brought quality players in. We've tried to better ourselves now, and at the minute I just don't think pennies drop more than here.
It's a good squad, but the season starts in 2 weeks today. Do you know what you're thinking of 11 is to start with?
I would say 7 at the minute. 7. the other four still up in theirs. It's just one of those things, isn't it? It's just pre-season go down the pan, you kick off on your opening day with a totally different team. Even though Chester Street in the first division, for me, I still thought that we would be at their level today. I thought we'd be involved. The West thing again, stupid mistakes of cost well, but we've got to learn. For the example I can give you is when the opposition has got a free kick and they've got a throw in, we're not switched on.
First goal came.
Yeah. They just take it. Your back's just turned and he's already took the game. Well, the game's passed you by and you think, you've got to be switched on, guys. You've got to be aware all the time of what's going on. And
that was something that happened last season.
Yeah,
as well.
It's, but we speak about it. And I don't know. I don't know if it's a case. Have we brought too much flair? Have we got too many prima donnas here that they're not clicking? I've made my feelings known to them, and I think that they now really need to wake up now because we've got 2 weeks for the big start. And if we play like that, as much as I think we're coming down a little bit of a level as well, we'll still get punished.
Do you think we could be a bit physically strong?
Well, yeah, definitely. If there's one thing we missed last year was a bit nastiness.
In a good way,
but in a good way, not in a naughty way. Physicalities, I've always said when I came to the club, 2 words I've used all the time, everywhere I've been, is physicalities and body language. Our body language at the minute is when we concede, it goes all the way on the pitch, and you can see it. And if I was a spectator, it's there in abundance. Physicalities, you've got to be, but I said at half time, Chrissy Dickinson's a big lad, and if I was playing from back to front, he would be my target. And Chrissy does it well. But at times we're having to put our point across and say, use Chrissy, lads who are busy will come round you and they'll feed off him. You shouldn't have to. Good footballers pick that up, and that's the sad thing about it. They're big two lads are there, that's all they're doing. Bang, route one, and that's basic football. Down the channels and just feed off and being sly. We couldn't cope with it. And it's sad to say, but at the end of the day we've got to learn from it quite quickly as well.
Maybe from a player's point of view, it's quite a lot. There's a few young lads, new lads that have come in, so maybe it's a case of learning each other what the attributes are.
Well, it's a settling period, isn't it? I agree with you. Does it take another month into the season to the end of August till we get settled? I think the big picture on that is what I've just told the players. After tonight, I always said would be the ones when I'm going to nail my squad down. And whether I'm going to have 18 to 20 or 22, I'll be deciding this week. Unfortunately, it's football. If I don't take lads on, I'll just be saying it. Just you move on. If that's the way the circle works in the Northern, I'm afraid. But you've always got to bet yourselves. We're not in it for nothing. Points win prizes, and that's what we're here to do.
The 3 games against Mask, West Auckland, and Chester Street, all Northern League Division 1 teams. We certainly know what level is required to get that far.
Said that on Wednesday, the West game. If there's a level you need to be playing at, it's obviously the first division. This club should be first division team, but that's what it is. And, we go,